Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever edition of the Rocket Docket. This is our new video newsletter that I, James Crone, the firm's marketing director, will be hosting every month. This is a new addition to the content that we're trying to put out on all of our sites, all of our social media sites, our email list, everything. Try to keep everybody updated and not only what's going on in employment law and news, but also what's going on in our law firm. And so I'm here to kind of give you an update over the month, talk about some certain things that have happened to us, some great wins, great victories. Luckily, we didn't have any losses this month, but hopefully we'll be able to, have this kind of be a fun, different way to catch you up on everything that's happening with our firm. And so we'll get started with the announcement that Jeanette McKinney, a great addition to the firm for a long time since the firm first got started, is back with us. We are very excited to have Jeanette back. She brings lots of experience, lots of different hats. She's been our bookkeeper, our receptionist, a legal assistant, anything you can think of, Jeanette has handled it. She will be Maggie Crone's assistant. Maggie is our senior intake specialist. I'm sure many of you know Maggie and know how awesome she is. But because she's so awesome, we have to have her do a lot of work that necessarily isn't part of her job description. And so Jeanette's going to be able to take some reins over that and really knock some stuff out for my Aunt Maggie that Aunt Maggie wouldn't be able to handle efficiently. So we're super excited about having Jeanette return. The next bit of news that I'm excited to announce is Erica Cavanis from Chris Video, our video production vendor out of Atlanta. She came and had a vision day with us where we all sat down at the Big Cypress Lodge in the Pyramid, and we went over goals for the rest of 2020, some goals for 2021, anything you could think of business-wise, we probably went over it. You can see some pictures right above me. And it was a really good event. We all learned a lot from it, and we all felt safe during it, which I think is huge in this day and age. Very happy that we were able to feel safe and that we got a lot accomplished while working really hard for an entire day. And thank you again to Erica and Chris for doing such a great job. And then segueing, feeling safe is great, and we have a new way for you to feel safe in the workplace. We have just come out with the Crone Law Firm 2020 COVID-19 ebook for small businesses. This ebook can be downloaded directly from our website. You just have to fill out a little contact form, and you'll be able to get it for free. It's completely free. It's everything for employees to small business owners, everything in between, to get all the information you need to make business smooth and make business safe during the pandemic. So we're very excited about that. I hope you check it out. You can go to our website, cronelawfirmplc.com, and it's right on our homepage. Just scroll down a little bit and you'll find it immediately. Just click on the icon. I was asking Alan before we shot these, what's something that you want to relay to our viewers? And he said that the biggest thing that I want to talk to them about is I've gotten tons of questions on overtime. People have been working from home. They don't know if they've been getting paid correctly because of all of the different hours that go into working from home. And so what we want to do is we want to show everybody right now a quick little FAQ video on how you know whether or not you have an overtime claim. And I want to show it to you right now, and here you go.
You may not know exactly, but if you work more than 40 hours in a given work week and you feel like you're underpaid, then you need to explore whether or not you have an overtime claim. If you're paid hourly and you don't get time and a half for all hours worked over 40 in any given work week, then you almost certainly have an overtime claim. If you're paid a salary but you don't exercise a lot of judgment or independent decision making, then you also may have an overtime claim. These claims are very specific, and what you need to do is call an employment lawyer and get an opinion. If you call us at the Crone Law Firm, we have represented hundreds of people in overtime cases, and we know overtime law, we know the exemptions, we know the regulations, and we will calculate your claim, we will make your claim, and if the company doesn't do the right thing, we're not afraid to take them to court.
Thanks so much for checking that out. If you have any more questions about our overtime practice or any other kind of overtime inquiries, you can go to our YouTube page where we have 3 more videos all detailing different overtime related questions. We have an FAQ video on overtime. We've got our practice area video, and we have a client testimonial video. So please go and check those out. And then you can just go to YouTube, hit Crone Law Firm into the search bar, and they pop up immediately. And the last thing I wanted to talk to you all about was our law clerk, Roy Smith, who you can see his picture right above me. He graduated from the University of Memphis undergrad and then graduated from the Ole Miss Law School in Oxford. He has passed the bar in Missouri and is now a licensed attorney in the state of Missouri. We're very excited about that. Alan talked with Roy about the bar admittance and all the things that he's learned over working here for the past year. So please check that video out now.
Hello, this is Alan Crone, the CEO of the Crone Law Firm, and I'm here with Roy Smith, who's one of our newly minted lawyers at the Crone Law Firm. Roy, congratulations on passing the Missouri bar.
Thank you so much. It's been a long time coming. I'm excited.
Well, we're excited for you. We know you're going to do great things. And tell us a little bit about your journey to the law. Did you always want to be a lawyer?
Not necessarily. There was a brief moment where wasn't sure what I was going to do. I just knew I should probably go to college. And on the way, I sort of tripped into trying out for mock trial and had some great people that kind of guided me along the way. I didn't know any lawyers. Every lawyer I know now I met within the past 3 to 4 years since pursuing a legal career. So it's been a journey. It's really comes down to that old Seinfeld joke where Jerry Seinfeld says, you know, life is like a board game and lawyers are the only ones to read the inside of the box. And so that's the perception that I had about the law coming in, that and Jack McCoy from Law and Order. It's been a little different since actually being in it, but it hasn't disappointed me yet. I really enjoy what I do.
Good, good. What about being a lawyer captures your imagination?
Just at this stage, just fighting for people, just being able to go into court or being able to know what the law says about these specific things. A lot of people know if something's right or wrong. They don't necessarily know what the law is behind it. As one of our senior attorneys, Philip Oliphant, always says, there's moral wrong and there's legal wrong. And so as an attorney, being able to help someone bridge that gap between the moral wrong and the legal wrong to get them justice, as we like to say here, is probably my favorite part.
Well, that's good. What about employment law do you like?
Well, I've held quite a few different jobs. And so just the idea of being able to work with everyday people, I think in every other practice area, I don't think that you're as connected to just the average Joe or the regular person as you would in employment law. It's very real, and you deal with things that affect everyone on the everyday basis, the social climate effects, the things that you're dealing with. It's a very real practice area, and it's ever changing, it's ever evolving. And I just love that about it. It keeps me on my toes.
Now you, as you say, you've had a real upbringing in the sense that you kind of had to work your way through college, didn't you?
Yes, sir. I worked my way through college. I started out working at Wendy's, and then I ended up working at Carmax here in Memphis. And I actually stayed at Carmax throughout undergrad and law school, and when I started here for a few months too. So, yeah, I've worked my entire life since I was able to.
What do you think being a car salesperson? Do you think some of those skills translate to being a lawyer?
Oh, very much so. That was one of the things when I got into law school. I had never done an internship or anything like that at a law firm, so I was a little worried about how I was going to fit in, how I was going to compete. And what I found was the tools that I was taught as a car salesman translate very well to the legal profession, understanding people, being able to probe into asking people situational questions, the difference between situational questions and fact-based questions and all those different types of things, and being able to really understand where people are coming from, reading body language, having an eye for detail when it comes to someone telling you their story. Because as attorneys, that's what we do. We represent people's interests. We represent what people want us to accomplish. And so as a car salesman, that was my job. Someone didn't always say, hey, I'm here looking for this car at this price, and this is what I'm going to do. Sometimes you have to kind of understand the person's circumstance, understand what they're looking for, and be the expert and be able to tell them they don't always know what exactly they were looking for. And in the law, it's the same thing. I feel like this is wrong, but I'm not sure what about it is wrong. And so being able to come in and help people in that way, it really translated perfectly. Honestly, I call on what I did as a car salesman every day.
Sure. And you said you've been working with us while you were waiting for your bar results. And what about that experience have you enjoyed, and what part of it haven't you enjoyed?
Well, I know the part that I haven't enjoyed is just as a competitor, I'm itching to get out there in court. I'm itching to get out there in depositions and arbitrations and kind of being able to get out there and do my thing, so to speak. But the best part about all of this, it's like being in school. It's like a very real school. I've got a lot of great attorneys that have been teaching me along the way, the law, and just how to be a professional. I think here at the Crone Law Firm, it's very important not to produce excellence in our representation of clients, but also being professional with our peers and everyone else we come in contact with. So understanding why we do what we do, understanding the gaps between what we learn in law school in the books and what we actually do out in practice has been great. And I've really had just the opportunity to just take a step back and enjoy it and learn and really just get the mentorship that I think a lot of young lawyers wish they had. I've got tons of mentors here, so it's great.
Well, Roy, we're proud of you, and we're so thankful that you passed the bar, and you're as soon as you can get sworn in, we can let you loose in court. That's going to be great. I can't wait to see you, because I know you're going to be super. So I appreciate you joining us, and appreciate everybody listening. And now back to the Rocket Docket.
Thanks so much for checking that out. We appreciate it. We're really thrilled to have Roy here. We're excited to see what he's going to be able to do in the future. If you've liked this, if you've liked the Rocket Docket as your newest newsletter information, please let us know. Reply to this email or fill out the little survey below. We would really appreciate it. We want to teach you all more about our firm, about us as people, not just as attorneys. We wanted to give you an update on how we're doing. And if you have anything that you'd want to be in the Rocket Docket in the future, whether that's specific employment law news or anything else, just reply to the email and let us know. We'd appreciate it. Thank you so much for Alan Crone and Roy Smith for doing that interview. I'd like to leave y'all with our client testimonial video for one of our overtime cases. We represented this guy a couple of years ago. Really thrilled that he's able to do this for us, and Chris did a great job putting it together. So please check it out. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm James Crone, and this is the first ever Rocket Docket. Excited to see y'all again next month.
My employer that I was working with, I was always working so long, and I would get there at 9 and I wouldn't leave until 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And it was just becoming stressful. You know, I just didn't have any time to myself. It seemed like I lived at work. The first thing that made me question this isn't right is the management where I was working. They always were on to me about, I need to work overtime, it's gonna pay off. First year rolls by, it never paid off. I didn't know that overtime was something that I could, go to a lawyer about. At first I was kind of hesitant on it because I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if my employer was going to fire me. I had no idea. So that's kind of where I steered towards the Crone Law Firm. When I went to them, everything worked out smoothly. The Crone Law Firm, for me, was just amazing. They more than answered my questions. Everything that I had to ask, they had an answer for it. I didn't have to do a thing. The only thing I had to do was just, tell them the case and everything, sign some documents, and they did everything. A lot of people, they go to work and they don't know that, their employer's treating them bad. They don't know that what the employer is doing is not right. The advice I would give somebody that is kind of hesitant about it, that I would say go for it. The Crone Law Firm is amazing. All the hard work that I've done is actually paying off.